Hello. How often have you come to events like this and you've learnt wonderful things? How often have you learnt things from other people, maybe things you've read, and you think, that's really, really clever. That would really help me in my business. You think, yeah, I'll do that. And then 6 months later, nothing's changed. You haven't got round to doing it. Now, even though those things sometimes really made sense, have you ever wondered, why is that? Why is it that sometimes we don't put into practice the wonderful things that we learn? Well, I'm going to help you to understand, based on working with quite a lot of people over the years, why that is. Because the key, make this work, the key to taking ownership of our wheel, our business, whatever it is we want in our life, the key to taking ownership of our thinking, of our actions, of everything, is knowing what it is that we need to pay attention to. And what I've discovered is that there are 5 levels of things which affect us. Basically, we're like icebergs. We're all like icebergs. Our behaviour is just the tip of the iceberg. And what affects us is what is all going on underneath. And a lot of people come for coaching or consulting or whatever because they're trying to work out what is it that they need to change. What is the key to turn that will make the difference in their business? And when you know which of the 5 levels needs attention, then you'll be able to turn it and get the results you want. So before I go on any further, I'd like you just to pause for a moment. Go inside. Yeah, Laura's going to hand out some handouts. While she's doing that, just pause for a moment and think about your business. And think about things that maybe you have thought in the past, I should really be doing that. Maybe it's something to do with changing what you're doing with your clients, changing the market, changing the way you work. What is it that you have thought about in the past but not done? Because as you reflect on what I'm going to talk about, you can then be thinking about how to apply it to your thing that you want to change. So just think for a minute, what would you like to be different in your business? And you can turn over the sheets later. Thank you. Just pause for a moment. Okay, so once you've got that thing that you might like to be different, I just realised I put my timer upside down. That's it. Once you've worked out what that is, now turn over your bit of paper. And I'm going to go through these 5 levels, and you can start to reflect on which ones might be the key to turn your business around. The first one is environment. Oh yeah, I should say first of all, environment, attention, filters our body and our mental landscape. Some of these concepts you might have heard of, some of them you won't have. And some of these levels are in our conscious awareness, some of them we're a little bit unconscious of, and some of them, when you ask yourself the right questions, you become aware of them. That's why it's key to get to the right level, because most of the time we waste time on the wrong one. So the first one is environment. Now this is such a simple but really, really powerful truth. And you're going to need a pen to fill your sheet in. What's fun gets done. If you are a square plug, don't try and put yourself in a round hole. It's painful, it's difficult, and you just won't make things happen. How often do you step back and work out what shape are you and what kind of environment best suits you? Environment includes all sorts of things, the kind of people you're working with, the kind of clients you're doing, the kind of work you're doing, the culture you're in. If you're a really entrepreneurial thinker and you get energy from other people, the last thing you want to be doing is some kind of bookkeeping job in a bureaucratic organisation. How many here, if you work with clients, have some kind of contact with clients? Right, okay, pretty much everybody. And how many can you identify some of those clients that you really, really enjoy working with? Yes. And can you identify some of those clients that are a bit of a challenge? Yeah. Now, it's human nature that when we are doing what we enjoy, we will do it well. We will do it more effectively. When we're dealing with the kind of clients that we enjoy, we will shine and we will attract more of them. See, this is very simple, but a lot of the time we don't step back and ask ourselves, what is the kind of environment that best suits me? So I want you to write down just a few things to be really effective and happy in your business. What do you want more of? Write it down. What gives you energy? What gives you enthusiasm? What makes you jump out of bed in the morning wanting to go to work? And then what don't you want? What do you want less of? I worked with a group of divorce lawyers, and it was very interesting. Some of them loved dealing with people who were really quite emotional and upset. They saw their job as holding their hand and helping them through tough times. And then there were other lawyers in the same firm who absolutely hated the emotional clients. They saw their role as being the champions of justice, and they wanted to get the best deal for the clients. And the last thing we wanted was a client phoning them up crying on the other end of the phone. That stopped them doing what they were trained to do. So even in the same company, people can be suited to different types of clients, different types of work. And I would encourage everybody here who works with clients to make sure that you have processes in place to filter in so that you get the ones that suit you, and that you have boundaries and processes to protect yourself from doing work that does not work for you. And that leads me on to the next one, attention, the second level to become aware of. Because when you are doing what makes your heart sing, it's easy, and it's easy to know what to focus on. Those lawyers who saw themselves as the champions of justice, they knew what to focus on. They knew to delegate the other stuff. Each of us has a little story that we tell ourselves about what we're here for. It's like our little hero's story. And I'm curious, what might your story be when you think about business? What are you in business for? It's not just to pay the bills. Now, I know when I'm feeling like I'm on purpose for my life, when I'm having a great time in business, I'm making a difference, I'm helping people, I'm helping them turn things around, I'm connecting with people. What are you doing? What are the 20% activities which also help you to achieve your business purpose? You've got to know what the purpose is, and then it's easy to identify what the activities are. So for me, it's connecting with people. What is it for you? Take a moment. What is your purpose? What is your business purpose? Write it down. Write the first thing that comes into your head. Write it down.